Hey everyone, the workout brief for Tuesday, April 14th. Let's go over the workout first, which hopefully everyone saw on the menu for the week. It is a 20-minute AMRAP, really kind of a little combination of strength and skill and conditioning, so you're not going to be blazing through this thing. 20 alternating pistols. We'll go over scaling options for that, of course. 20 lateral plank walks. We'll go over that movement and some potential modifications for that as well. And then 20 hang snatches. And the method for that will be determined by what piece of equipment you're using for that movement. Let's go over the scaling options real quick. So for pistols, you can, of course, scale the reps. So it's 20 alternating repetitions. That's 10 per leg. So left, right, left, right, left, right. If that takes you quite a bit of time to get through those, you can scale down the repetitions of the pistol. We'll perform the skater lunge. If you cannot perform the pistol, I'll show and demonstrate that. And then if you can't perform that, which the skater lunge is hard, if we can't do that, it can just be the reverse lunge. You could load that up if you have something to load it with, a dumbbell or a kettlebell or a backpack. If the reverse lunge is relatively easy for you, you can add some weight to it. The plank walk, if you want to scale that up and you have the space to do it, you can perform a handstand walk instead. I would guess the equivalent would be 50 feet if you're pretty good at handstand walking. Of course, scale that accordingly. To scale that movement down, if how we show it, if it's a little too challenging for you, you can just sub shoulder taps, and I'll go over that as well. And then for the hang snatch, obviously, we have different options for equipment based on what you have. A dumbbell or dumbbells, a kettlebell, a barbell, and then a plate or backpack. So we'll go over all those options one by one as usual. And then for our warm-up, we'll start with some dynamic stretching. We'll do a set of basically the easiest version of each movement just to warm it up. So you'll do 10 reverse lunges, 10 shoulder taps, 10 hang snatches. If you're going to be building up in weight on the hang snatch, you would start with a nice light weight here to warm it up. Obviously, if you only have access to one weight, just warm it up with that weight. That's fine. Then 8 skater lunges, 8 lateral plank walks, and 8 more hang snatches. And then finally, the last set, make sure that we're prepping the movements in the workout. So in other words, if you're going to be doing pistols, that'll be your chance to warm up pistols. If you're going to be doing handstand walks, that'll be your chance to warm up handstand walks. And if you haven't built up to your working weight for the hang snatch yet, you'll do that by that third set. And we should be ready to go. Let's set the camera up, demonstrate some movements here, give you guys some scaling options. So the pistol, guys, it's just a single leg squat. It'll be done with one leg extended out in front. You would deliberately surrender your posture, so try to actually round your back out and lean forward as far as you can to maintain your balance as much as possible. You can grab the opposite foot with your hand to support that balance as well. Lower all the way down to the bottom of the squat and stand all the way back up. If you don't need to grab your foot, obviously you don't need to do that. You would alternate legs left and right. You can elevate your heel up on a plate if that makes the movement a little bit easier for you. You can also hold a little plate out in front of you just to counterbalance your weight. Sometimes that will help with the balance aspect. If you can't do the pistol, the skater lunge, it's basically also a single leg squat. Only the leg is going to be behind you. So you would start with your feet together. I just put the mat there to protect my knee when I lower down. You'll lift that leg up, lower under control, lean forward slightly, raise the arms out in front, tap the knee to the floor, push through the front foot, back to standing. You can do 10 on one leg, then 10 on the other. You can alternate legs if you want to. I'll show that from the side a little bit so you can see that back foot never touches the ground. So lower down, control, the knee kisses the floor, and push through the front foot, back to standing. A lot harder than it looks. And then, of course, the reverse lunge, if that's too challenging, just step back, feet start under the hips, step back, lower down, back knee kisses the floor, and back to standing. Obviously the main difference there between that and the skater lunge is your foot is on the ground and you can actually push off of your back foot to assist. Okay. 20 reps of each, regardless of which option you choose. And then again with the pistol, you can scale those reps accordingly. Second movement is the lateral plank walk. So you're going to start that movement in the top of a push-up. So nice rigid body position, hands under the shoulders. Actually start with your feet shoulder width apart because you're going to move your feet along with your hands. So the idea is that you're going to bring your, in this case, your left hand to your right hand and your left foot to your right foot. So I'm going to step, and then I'm going to step again with the right foot and the right hand. That would be one rep. Another rep would be coming back the other way, right foot, right hand and right foot to the left, and then split them apart. Okay, so I'll do a couple repetitions here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm always coming back to center. I move to my right for one repetition, come back to center for another repetition. Come back to center, and then another repetition to my left, back to center. So it's 20 total reps. You'll be basically doing 10 each side. Again, like I said, you can scale that up with a handstand walk if you have the space to do it and you're proficient in that. The equivalent would be about 50 feet. Obviously, based on your ability, you can scale that as well. And then if that movement is too challenging, your position starts to break down, if your butt starts poking up in the air, or you start sagging your hips too much, you can just do the shoulder tap. So hold the top of a plank, and the idea would be to just lift the arm off the ground, tap the shoulder, back to the start, tap the shoulder, back to the start. What do you need, buddy? Potty? Uh-oh. Potty break, everyone.
Oh.
Mommy might have to be in charge of this one.
Come on.
Go ahead, buddy.
Breathe for the potty.
Go ahead, potty.
Come on.
Where were we? Can't make this stuff up. Hang snatch. So the hang snatch, guys, if you have a dumbbell, you can do it with a dumbbell. The hang snatch, the dumbbell will start between the legs, bend at the hip, keep the back flat, snap the hips, punch overhead, come down, alternate hands, and repeat. So it'll be 20 alternating repetitions. If you have a pair of dumbbells, of course you can use both of them, assuming that you can handle them for 20 reps. Same idea, you obviously just want to alternate arms. So they'll start between the legs, snap and punch overhead, lower back down along the body, and repeat. So in the snatch, the weight stays nice and close to the body as opposed to drifting away, both on the way up as well as the way down. So just make sure you perform nice, efficient reps there. You can also perform them with a kettlebell. So the kettlebell snatch, if you're proficient there, again, it starts between the legs. You would snap, punch, corkscrew the kettlebell around so it lands nice and quietly on the forearm. I would recommend doing 10 with one arm and then 10 with the other, as opposed to trying to alternate. That can get kind of clunky. If you have a barbell, you can just perform a hang power snatch with the barbell, of course. I would say the equivalent weight for this workout, it's hard to say, should be something you can perform 20 unbroken reps with. So for guys, 95, 75 pounds, something like that. Girls, 65, 55, and of course, scale that accordingly. And then a plate or a backpack, if that's what you're working with. You can choose to go all the way to the floor for those if you want. Because of the nature of the implement, you're still really not quite bending all the way down. So a little tap on the ground, snap, punch overhead. We've demonstrated that moving quite a bit. So whether you're using a plate or the backpack, just grab it by the sides and basically ground to overhead. That should be it, guys. We will have classes tomorrow, 7 a.m. CrossFit, 8 a.m. boot camp, 9 a.m. CrossFit, 10 a.m. boot camp, 6 p.m. CrossFit. The CrossFit workout is obviously posted in SugarWOD under the workout of the day track. The boot camp workout is posted in SugarWOD under the boot camp track. Yeah, that's how you access those. And hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow. Reach out with any questions. Thanks. Good night. Say good night, Hunter. Hunter, say goodnight.
Good night.
Hope, say goodnight.